if you are given a function, our function was, where is it? Okay. If you are given a function x squared plus 6x plus k equals f of x, f of x is another way of expressing the y value. You can also express this equation by saying y equals x squared plus 6x plus k. Now they will ask you and say which values of k in which f of x will have no solution. Now, in order to solve that, you need to understand the quadratic formula. And luckily, those type of questions wants you to solve what is under the square root. Okay, Mam Swane, is this a real or a non-real number? Let's see. Is it a real number?
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, is it not because the 5 is negative?
Yes, the square root of a negative number is a non-real number. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. So if we have the following conditions of your quadratic function, minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, it means in order for you to have a non-real number, it means whatever that is under the square root must be less than what? Apex. It must be less than what? In order for your expression to be non-real. Ronel. In order for your expression to be non-real, any number which is negative is less than 0. Any number which is for AC. If this expression is less than 0, it means whatever that you have under the square root will be negative, and the square root of a negative number is a non-real number. So if you go back to the question says find the value of k in which your function f of x will have no solution. No solution means that your solutions are not real. So if you go and solve that expression, our equation was, if I remember very well, it was x squared x squared plus 6 plus 6x plus k equals f of x. Mamswan, what is the standard form of a quadratic formula? Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
This is the standard form. All right. So in this case, our A will be 1. Is it true?
Yes.
And your B will be 6. And your C will be what? Mamswan.
My C will be 1. Oh, it will be K.
Yes, you agree? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to substitute all these values into this expression in order for us to find the value of k in which your graph have no solutions. Your graph will have no solutions if what is under the graph is a negative number. So a negative number is any number that is less than 0. All right. Now, I have substituted. B was 6 and for A was 1 and our C was K. So after solving, we found out that K should be any number which is greater than 9. Okay, let's go to the next question. The next question says, find the values of K in which f of x will have 2 solutions. So, Ronel, given that what is under the square root is given by b squared minus 4ac, what is it that we must equate to this expression b squared minus 4ac so that our function will have 2 solutions? Ronel. Mamswan.
So please repeat your question.
What is it that I must equate b squared minus 4ac, which is under the square root, in order for us to have 2 solutions of x? Huh?
That I don't know.
Okay. Let me see. In order for us to have 2 solutions, b squared minus 4ac should be greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, it means when we solve, we will have minus b plus or minus something which is real. So if you add a real number, you will have 2 solutions. Okay. In order for us to have 1 solution, the value of b squared minus 4ac must be exactly equals to 0. So if it's equal to 0, as you can see from the quadratic equation, if your quadratic equation is x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. If this expression is 0, you will be left with minus b plus or minus 0 divided by 2a, which is going to be just minus b over 2a. Because even if you add 0 or plus 0, you will get the same thing. It means you will get two solutions that are equal, minus b over 2a or minus b over 2a. So you're most likely going to get a question like this in the exams. Okay, but let's get right into the question. The question says, let's find the value of k in which your function will have two solutions. So this is what we are talking about. So we know that b squared minus 4ac should be greater than 0. We will have b is, what is the value of b? The value of b is 6. So we're going to have 6 squared minus 4 into the value of a is 1. The value of c is k. So 6 squared will be 36. 36 minus 4k should be greater than 0. So 36 should be greater than, if you take minus 4k to the other side, it will change the sign, it will be a positive 4k. Now, if I divide both sides by 4, I will have 36 divided by 4 is what? It's 9. 9 is equals to, not equals, is greater than k. Or you can write it as k is less than 9. So this is easy. The only thing that you have to do is to solve what is under the square root of your quadratic formula. And if need be, whatever I've written here, you just need to memorize it. Two solutions, b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. For one solution, b squared minus 4ac equals 0. For no solutions, b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. And that's it. Let's go to the next question. Or does anyone have a question? Ronel. Good. Okay. Let's go to the next question. 1.9. We are going to solve a simultaneous equation. Did you guys do simultaneous equation in grade 10? Ronel. Did you do simultaneous equations?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how many methods do you use? The first method that you use to solve for simultaneous equation, you have simultaneous. Okay, the first method will be, which method do you use? Because unfortunately, I only use substitution. There's other methods like elimination, but I prefer to use substitution because it works most of the times. And I find it to be very easy. So the first equation, sorry, do you have any question? Hello? Hello? Oh, okay, there was no question. So I just want to write it down. Okay. I wanted to take a photo so that I can write it down properly. So 1.9, it says 6x minus 2y plus 9 equals 0, and x squared plus 2x minus y equals 3. Okay. Now, the way I solve simultaneous equation, I first attack a simple expression or a simple equation. Between the two equations, which one is more simpler? Ronel? The first one or the second one? Mamswan, which one is more simpler? The first one or the second one?
So the first one.
The first one is more simple. Okay, so whenever I get the simple equation, I express either x or y and make it the subject of the formula. In this case, I think I would prefer to make y the subject of the formula. So I will have, if I have 6x minus 2y plus 9 equals 0. So this will be my equation 1. So if I have equation 1, if I take minus 2y to the other side, I will have 6x plus 9 equals 2y, and y, and if I divide by 2, I will have y equals 6x plus 9 over 2. Okay, and I will make this my equation 2. Now, x squared plus 2x minus y minus y is equals to 3. So if I'm trying to create a space, okay, add a page. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go to the top. So given that I have equation 2, I'm just gonna sub in, I'm gonna make this equation 3. So I'm gonna substitute 2 in 3. So if I sub in 2 in 3, I will have the following. I will have x squared plus 2x x squared plus 2x minus the value of y is 6x plus 9 over 2. 6x plus 9 all over 2 in brackets. And everything is equals to 3. So from here, I will have x squared plus 2x minus minus 6x divided by 2 will give us 3x. And again, minus 9 divided by 2. It will be 9 over 2. It's equals to 3. Now, Mamswan, from here, what do we do?
So you not transpose negative 9 over 2 to the other side.
Negative 9.
Over 2, please.
Negative 9. Okay, okay. Is equals to 3 plus 9 over 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then do we have like terms?
Yes.
These are
2x
the
and
two.
negative 3x.
All right. So do you agree with so 3 plus 9 over 2, what do we get? From the calculator, 3 plus 9 over 2. It will give us 7.5, but that is 15 over 2. So what do we do from here, Mamswan? What do we do?
So do we not say x squared minus x over 1 is equals to 15 over 2, and then we cross multiply?
Okay. After cross multiplying, we will have?
We'll have 15.
Okay, 15
is equals to 2x squared minus 2x.
Yes, all right. From there, are you clueless?
Yes.
Okay. Remember Each and every time you solve a quadratic function or a parabola type of function, what is it that must come to your head?
The quadratic formula.
Exactly. Exactly. So don't sweat and toil. Whenever you see a quadratic expression, just rearrange whatever you have and make sure that you have a standard ax squared plus bx plus c form of a function. Okay, so how do we rearrange, Mamswan?
So will we not move 2x squared minus 2x to the other side?
We can do that, and then what is it that we're gonna have? We can also take 15 to the other side, either way.
Yeah.
Which one do you find simple?
Taking 15 to.
Okay, so we're gonna have 0 equals 2x squared minus 2x minus 15. What do we have here?
We have a quadratic equation.
Okay, then why not solve for x now, then, using your quadratic formula? So we're gonna have what? We're gonna have x equals plus or minus, no, b minus b squared, no, minus b plus or minus, let's see, minus b plus or minus the square root of 4 of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So when we substitute, what is the value of b?
Negative
Ronel.
2.
Oh, it's negative. Is it negative 2?
Yes.
B is not negative 2. B is 2. It's just that the negative is it's part of the formula. But I
But
see what
isn't
you mean. But you agree?
yes.
Okay. So we have, this will be 2 squared minus 4 times, what is the value of A? What is the value of A? Mamswan.
A is 2.
Okay. And C?
C is negative 15.
Okay, perfect. All right. So this will be 2 times A is 2. Okay, let's see. We will have x equals minus 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus, it's going to be a plus, okay? Because negative times negative will give us a plus. So 2 times 15 is 30. 30 times 4 will give us 120. So we will have 4 plus 120. It will be, or is it right? 4 times 15 times 2. Yeah, it's 120 plus 4, 124 divided by 4. So the value of x is given by minus 2 plus, what is the square root of 124? I think it gave me 11 points. 11 point, You got how much?
11.13.
11.13. Let's say 14, because if you round off, 10 over 4. Perfect. We will have two solutions. Why do I say so? Because we have a plus or a minus. Okay, x equals minus 2. I'm going to start with a plus, 11.14 divided by 4. Or x is equals to minus 2 minus 11.14 all over 4. This will be, what do we get? Minus 2 plus 11.14. My calculator is very slow. Divided by 4. So this will give us 2.29, I think. Or if you put a minus, it will be
Negative minus.
how much did we get? Minus 3.2, right?
Yeah.
Minus 3.29. That's perfect. However, if you go to the value of y equals 6x plus 9 over 2. Okay, we have to substitute back y equals 6x plus 9 over 2. So what will be the value of y? We will have how many values of y? Romeo, how many values of y are we going to have? Mamswan, how many values of y are we going to have?
So we're gonna have 2.
We're going to have 2. We're going to have 2. So if we substitute 2.29, we will have 6 into 2.29 plus 9 all over 2, or 6 into minus 3.29 plus 9 all over 2. So what do we get from that? We will get, let me see, 6, 2.29 plus 9. Okay, all divided by 2. It gave me 11.37, or the other one will be, let's see. Did I get it right? 6
Yes.
times minus 3.29 plus 9. The other one gave me minus 5.37. So what you will notice is that whenever you have a parabolic expression or a quadratic expression is expected to be a parabola. Let me not disturb this. Okay. Yeah, let me write in this space. So we're actually done, but I just want to say a few things. So a quadratic expression, anything which is in a form of ax squared plus bx plus c, it is expected to be a parabola. So that parabola can either have no solution. This graph have no solution. The reason why I'm saying that this graph have no solution is because the solutions are where your graph cuts the x-axis or the y equals 0 line. So if your graph does not cut the x-axis, it means it has no solutions. But if your graph cuts the x-axis, it will have solutions. And if you look at your quadratic expression or your quadratic formula has a plus or a minus. Why does it have a plus or a minus? It has a plus or a minus because if you say plus, you are moving directly to that point, or minus that point. Two solutions. Now, if your parabola just comes and touch your x-axis, it means your graph will only have one solution. Even if let's say, even if you say plus 0, it means you're going nowhere. You're gonna end up at exactly at that point. If you say plus or if you say minus 0, you will end up at that exact point. Do we all agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so that is where the question of how many solutions do we have comes in place. So this is the expression that we are adding basically. So if they say, if we add and we only have one solution, again, it means b minus 4, sorry, AC is only equals to 0. It's equal to 0. If you add 0 on your plus or minus, you will end up in the same point. So these are the three instances that I want you guys to not forget, because they will want to trick you guys in the exam. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to emphasize before we end our session is where is that question? Yeah, we did this question last week where we had to find the lowest common denominator. Okay, now I just want to teach you guys a very simple method of finding the LCD, because it can be very hard sometimes, but we can simplify it. Now, the best way to find the lowest common denominator is to do the following. This is what we had initially. So the best way I use to find the LCD is to examine each and every term. Okay. The first term has two factors in the denominator. Then I will come and list them. The first term is x plus 2, and the second term is x plus 1. Do we have any other factor? The answer is no. Okay, let's move to the second term. So this is term 1. If you move to the second term, how many factors do we have on the denominator? Mam Swan. How many factors? We actually have two factors. We have -1 times x plus 1. Those are factors. Okay, on the second expression, we have, I will make sure that whatever factor I have, I put it on the rightful column. So I have x plus 1, and the other factor is -1. So -1 will be in its own column because it's different. So the factors that we have in total, we have how many columns? 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to take one of the factors and put them down and drag them down. So we will end up having 1 plus 2. I will drag x plus 1 down, x plus 1, and I will drag this factor, which is a -1. So our LCD ends up being x plus 2 into x plus 1 times -1. So that's how we got to this answer. So does anyone have any question? Do you guys have any question? Any question? So on your answers, you can express your answers as coordinates if you want. So your x value will be 2.29. We'll have 11.37 minus 3.29 and minus 5.37. Okay, so what they were actually saying in our simultaneous equation was the following. I just want you guys to visualize it. What they were saying was that we have a straight line. This equation is a straight line. We have a straight line and a parabola that were drawn on the axis. I just want to show you guys why we had two solutions. Let's say, for instance, I'm just going to draw any random line or any random straight line. We had a straight line and a parabola. The reason why we got two solutions, it is because the two graphs cut each other twice. The other value was minus something, and the other one was positive. So this is the scenario that they are talking about. We have a straight line and a parabola. So where they intersect is what we were trying to solve. So there's also a possibility, but luckily there's also a possibility that you might not find solutions. It can happen that your parabola does not cut your straight line. Or it can also happen that your parabola just touch your straight line only once. That's when you will get one solution. But if it doesn't touch, when you solve for your x and y, you will get no solution. You will get a value which is plus or minus a negative value under the square root. That's when you know that the two graphs do not cut. I'm saying this in case if they try to trick you guys and give you two simultaneous equations to which when you solve, you end up with, when you solve using the quadratic formula, you end up with an expression which has a negative value under the square root. If you end up with a negative value under the square root, you must tell the examiner that the two graphs do not cut each other. Therefore, there's no solutions. But if you get two solutions that are the same, it means your graphs are only touching at one place. Luckily, on our example, the two graphs actually cut each other twice. Does anyone have a question so far? Any question? Ngudi, any question?
No, sir.
All right, Ronewa? Any question? Mamsan?
No, sir.
Okay. So which chapter are you guys on at school? I see there's one student who didn't want to join because they said they're already ahead of this of the syllabus. Are you guys still on Mamsan?
So we are doing the nature of roots.
The nature of roots.
Mm-hmm.
Or which is what I was doing most.
Yes.
Okay. And Ngudi? Are you also doing the nature of roots? Oh, okay. I assume we are all in the same page. So if you happen to have any question, don't hesitate to inbox me. So that next time when we meet again, I will do that question first and then I will do my own. So the next lesson is on Friday. Yes, it's on Friday. Same time. It's gonna be on Friday. Same time. So I urge you guys to practice a lot. And practice a lot. And if you get any question, don't hesitate. I'll see you guys tomorrow in our physics class. We're gonna be doing a lot of Newton's law. We're gonna be doing a lot of Newton's law and gravitational law. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow and Friday. All right. Cheers.